From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Saturday, February 25th, 2017. Silver is trading at $18.54 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,257 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at 1.6 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $1,167. Antiwar.com reports during a recent meeting at the White House with business leaders, President Trump described his ongoing efforts to deport undocumented immigrants as a military operation, which he described as intended to get really bad dudes out of this country at a rate nobody's ever seen. The White House insisted Trump meant what he said and that he used the term military as an adjective, which correctly describes his use of the word in a sentence as a descriptor of the noun operation. Department of Homeland Security Secretary John Kelly was very quick to publicly disagree with Trump on the assessment, insisting that there was no military role in the deportation of immigrants and that, moreover, there would be no mass deportation carried out. Kelly and Secretary of State Rex Tillerson found themselves forced to address Trump's comments because they were in Mexico City at the time and trying to keep the Mexican government apprised of the U.S. intentions with respect to the deportations as Trump was making his new declaration about the military nature. Both Kelly and Tillerson assured Mexican officials that the U.S. would continue to cooperate with them on the border issue, though Mexican officials were expressing growing concerns about Trump's apparent intention to act unilaterally. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports President Trump issued a directive that the Department of Homeland Security must hire up to 15,000 additional immigration agents, but Homeland Security analysts and former officials say there's no easy way to make that happen anytime soon. Trump signed two sweeping executive orders on January 25th on immigration and border security, making good on his campaign promise of building a border wall and stepping up deportations and immigration enforcement. DHS Secretary John Kelly on Tuesday issued two memoranda expanding on the implementation of Trump's order and calling for the hiring of 5,000 U.S. Border Patrol agents and 10,000 Immigration and Custom Enforcement officers and agents. DHS, ICE, and U.S. Customs and Border Protection are developing a funding request that would include a reallocation of existing resources, according to White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer. In addition to financial consideration, the administration will likely struggle to fill so many immigration enforcement jobs quickly, according to former and current agency employees. James Tomczyk, in charge of internal affairs at U.S. Customs from 2006 to 2014, said in an interview on Wednesday on NPR's Morning Edition that hiring too many people too quickly could make the United States less safe. Tomczyk said, "I don't think there's any question that if we hire people that are grossly unsuitable for the position and place them in critical sensitive positions along the southwest border, not only would it not enhance security, it would likely compromise security." For example, he said nearly 50% of applicants failed pre-employment polygraph test instituted by Customs and Border Protection when it doubled the size of the Border Patrol between 2006 and 2012. Sean Moran, a spokesman for the National Border Patrol Council, said that while customs procedures are strict and exclude many applicants, the agency will be able to find enough qualified candidates. The National Border Patrol Council, a union that represents Border Patrol agents, has not received guidance from the Border Patrol on the recruitment of additional hires, according to Moran. They typically recruit among military veterans, law enforcement officers, and college students majoring in criminal justice. That's not to say that there are not challenges to recruitment, as Border Patrol jobs are often undesirable to applicants with families because agents are stationed in remote locations with limited access to education and health care. Hiring 10,000 ICE agents could cost between $600 million to $700 million per year, and the cost of hiring 5,000 Border Patrol agents would cost an estimated $780 million each year, according to a DHS budget analysis conducted by the Migration Policy Institute. Congressional authorization for the 2017 fiscal year includes support for 21,370 Border Patrol agents, according to a report issued by the House Appropriations Committee. The Customs and Border Patrol Agency, a DHS agency that houses the U.S. Border Patrol, staffed 19,828 Border Patrol agents during the last fiscal year. That means the agency has sufficient funds to hire about 1,500 agents under the 2017 budget authorization. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.